Hey guys, I wanted to make a video about buying property taxes at an auction. Now before we get into it, please consider subscribing. I make detailed videos related to real estate, finance, and investing nearly every day, and it would really help my channel out. Thanks. So, buying property taxes. Now I'm sure most of you have heard of this concept before, but for those that haven't, let me give a quick rundown. Most states collect property taxes from property owners each year. If the owner fails to pay the taxes for his or her property, then the taxes can be auctioned off. Now, if the buyer at the auction buys the taxes, that doesn't automatically mean that the buyer gets the property. The homeowner has a redemption period where they can pay back the buyer the amount that was paid at the auction plus whatever interest rate was bid. At the auction, the amount of the tax owed does not change. However, the buyer's bid on what percentage interest they would like to receive does. So in Illinois, the amount of interest is capped at 18% per each 6-month period the debt goes unpaid. So essentially, if you're at an auction, the bid would start at 18%, then 17%, 16%, and keep going down until no one else bids. And then whatever the final number is, that's the percent interest return that you'll get on whatever you paid on that tax auction. All right, well, let's walk through an example. Let's say homeowner owes $500 in property taxes. Homeowner did not pay the property tax, and it was sold at auction to buyer at an interest rate of 18%. 6 months pass after the sale, and homeowner still has not redeemed or repaid the buyer in full. Since 6 months have passed and the homeowner has not redeemed, the interest rate increases by another 18%. Now the interest rate is 36% on that $500. The interest rate continues to increase just like this every 6 months in Illinois until 2.5 years have passed. Once 2.5 years has been reached, the homeowner's redemption time is over and the buyer can ask the court for a tax deed to take ownership of the property. Now, most people participate in these auctions not with the intention to buy properties, okay, but with the intention to be repaid a great interest rate for their investment. Statistically speaking, nearly 95% of all tax auctions are redeemed in Illinois, meaning only 5% of tax purchasers will need to file a foreclosure action in circuit court, along with a quiet title action to obtain a tax deed. So you're probably wondering, how do I find these auctions? Well, the answer to this is simple. You can check your county treasurer's website or call your county treasurer's office, and they will be able to tell you when the next auction will occur. Some counties have their own website to handle the bidding process, which should be linked on their treasurer's website. Also, notice of the auctions are typically published in the local newspaper for that area. Now, some of the auctions require registration and a deposit be paid 10 days in advance of the auction. So be sure to ask about your county's local procedures. And again, if you're unsure, go ahead and contact your county treasurer or someone with the county treasurer's office, and I'm sure they will be able to tell you what you need to do to register. Like I said, most auctions are held online, but some counties still hold the auction in person at the courthouse. So again, it's important to find the date, time, location of these auctions so you're not late and you're registered on time so you can put your bids in. I know you're probably thinking, well, this seems like a great investment opportunity. However, nothing is risk-free, okay? There is a potential you could not be repaid, okay? And now you could be stuck with an unwanted property. So if you're buying the taxes on these properties hoping to get a great return on investment as far as the interest, and the person doesn't redeem, well, now you're stuck going through the foreclosure process, getting the tax deed, and now trying to sell that property that you've acquired, okay? Some people don't want to mess with that. So that's a potential risk that you need to be aware of. Also, a big issue most people don't even think about is whether the property in question has equitable title, all right? So, although a property tax lien is considered, a super lien and is given preference over something like a first mortgage, if the IRS is involved or if the original homeowner is in bankruptcy or plans to file bankruptcy within 1 year of you taking over the property, you could have a big headache on your hands. This is very rare, but the IRS could take your property or the bankruptcy could take your property. So it's important to do your due diligence before bidding on any property at any property tax auction, okay? Again, with that being said, instances like this occurring are relatively low, but I wanted to make sure you were aware of the potential issues. Now, not only do counties have property tax auctions, they also conduct tax deed auctions. In a tax deed auction, it is similar to a normal auction. You are bidding a dollar amount to purchase the house or the land or whatever, is being bid on. In general, most tax deed auctions are sealed bid auctions, meaning you mail in your bid on the designated form from the county along with money to fund that bid. If your bid is selected, you acquire the tax deed and are now considered the homeowner. I want you to keep in mind, just like I mentioned previously, the IRS or bankruptcy trustee could take this property from you if you don't do your due diligence, okay? So you want to make sure those two entities are not involved, okay? The county is not giving you a warranty that the property is free and clear of any and all liens. They are simply providing you a tax deed and nothing more. I just wanted to make sure this information is made available because too often do I hear people saying, oh, I bought this property at a tax auction for pennies on the dollar, when in reality that rarely happens. It rarely happens. Don't get me wrong, you do find some bargains at tax auctions, and as long as you do your due diligence, you will be successful. If you're interested more about how Illinois property tax liens work and the processes that you have to go through, feel free to check the description of this video. I'll have the actual Illinois statute referenced in there so you can do your own research. Well, that does it for this video. I hope this video helped explain some of the benefits and potential pitfalls of property tax auctions and tax deed auctions. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in more videos just like this, please consider subscribing. I'm pumping out new videos for those interested in financing, investments, and real estate nearly every day. Thanks, and we'll catch you on the next one.